testing out right here. Nah, that was better, a little bit higher. It's always the last one, right? It's always the last one. First two shots grouped. They're low, but they grouped. My target's about had it. Anyway, was where I needed to be, but I was too low. Then I shot him in the buttocks. Needed to be up here, but ain't bad. And then, boom, boom, boom. So, I'm gonna do a quick, what's up, internet? So I'm out here goofing around, shooting that Gearscope Breakdown or Takedown Survival Bow. It's a lot of fun, it's a ton of fun. So I'm gonna come over here to the table and I'm gonna show you the bow, do a brief talk about it, how to set it up, how to take it down, put it together, take it apart, all that cool stuff. Really fun, lots of fun. So if you got the latest mission of BattlBox, at least the pro level, Pro Plus to Pro level, you got this bow in the box. So I'm having a ton of fun with it. Instinctive archery shooting is definitely a skill that requires a lot of practice, and it's been a long time since I've done this. I used to shoot archery tournaments years ago and bow hunt deer. Haven't really done it much in the last several years. You know, that was with a compound bow, a more traditional type bow, and not using sights and stuff like that. It's a completely different ball game. But it's a ton of fun. So I'm gonna show you guys the bow real quick so that you'll have that information in case you're wondering how to put it together and all that fun stuff. And yeah, get outside, you know, set you up a target of some sort and have fun shooting this thing. I mean, that's what it's all about, getting outdoors and learning a new skill, practicing, and you know, you might fall in love with it. So let me set up here on the table. We'll talk about it real quick. All right, so the Gearscope, little survival breakdown and takedown bow. This right here is the end product, obviously, is your bow. So it's about a 45-pound draw weight. Obviously, there's no sights, anything like that. It's pure instinctive shooting. So yeah, so let's talk about this Gearscope bow. So 45-pound draw, or around 40-pound draw, excuse me. I'm looking at my stuff right here because I can't remember crap. So it's about 28 inches of draw, 32.5-inch arrows. The arrows are about 14 grains per inch. It comes with some really interesting type field points right here. It's kind of like a cross between a primitive broadhead and field point. I'll give you some close-ups here in a little bit of that. And this tape that I got on here, I just wanted to thicken the handle up a little bit for myself. I got large hands, so I used the Gear Aid camo wrap that also came in the box. I added some of that right here just to thicken that handle up on the riser a little bit for me. Cool thing about it is ambidextrous, so if you're a right-hand shooter or a left-hand shooter, you can use this bow without any issue, and it's very quick and easy to take down and set up. So when you take it out of its box, it's going to be in this bag right here. It's got the Gearscope logo on there. It's got some directions in it, and it's a rather large bag for what comes in it, so there's plenty of room for more arrows and stuff like that. As you add to it, you'll be able to put your stuff in your bag. But what comes with it, obviously, is your bowstring. It comes with 3 of your field points or practice tips, or borderline. I mean, it's almost like a broadhead. Not quite, but almost. I want to say they're they feel like 100 grain broadhead. I'm not really sure of the weight. It doesn't feel like a 125 to me. But you get 2 bolts, 2 washers, I guess you call them, or spacers for your risers. You get your riser itself. You get 2 limbs and 3 arrows. All right, so first thing you want to do is obviously be sure you got all your parts. If you don't have them, everything, holler at us. questions@battlebox.com. So you want to locate your upper and lowers of your riser, okay? So if you look at your handle here, here's your handle. Your hand goes here. This up here is not your handle. This thicker part right here is your handle. So you're holding it like this. This longer area is the upper of your riser. This lower area is the lower of your riser. So with these limbs, okay, they've got wording on them, right? Don't concern yourself with where the wording is. You want to concern yourself with the direction of these. You want these going away from you, because the bowstring fits over here and rides down this area right here, okay? These hooks need to be going away from you. Don't concern yourself with the printing on here. One of these going away, so this is going away. There's no writing on this side, it's on this side. This one's going away, there's writing on this side. So they're like that, okay? Concern yourself with the direction of these. You want these going the same direction, away from you. So if this is the top of my riser, this is the bottom of my riser, I want this going away, so towards the camera. I want this one going away from me towards the camera. Take your bolt and your washer, line it up in your limb pocket, and it sandwiches the limb between the limb pocket and the washer bolt. Snug it up. Don't Hercules it, snug it up real good, okay? Again, this one, I want this going away from me. So if that's going away from me, it needs to go this way. Screw it together, just like the other one. Snug it up. Don't Hercules it. All right, so I've got my riser in my hand. My curved area, hook, if you will, is going away from me. Now it's time for the bowstring. As you can see, it has multiple strings in there, and then the center is your serving area here. You stretch it out, and there's a loop on each end. It doesn't matter which end goes up, which end goes down, because this area is roughly in the center. Good to go. Recap, just be sure, okay? Don't concern yourself with where the writing is. And the reason I say that is, my other bow, the writing's on the same side. This one it's not. So I'm assuming when they manufacture them, right, they make the limbs, they print a side, and then they put these on afterwards. Pay attention to these, don't pay attention to the writing, okay? All right, so the easiest way to do this is on the bottom of your bow, take your loop, go over the end like this. Like that. So when you stretch this down to the other end, it's going to run on that right there. All right, so this is going to be our bottom. Hold it in there, keep your string tight, bring it down. I've got that down here, I've kept it tight. Got my upper limb, I got my bowstring, I got my loop. As you can see, it's not long enough, right? It's not going to reach up here. How the heck am I going to get it on there? This is how you do it. Let me show you down here at my feet first. So you've got it like this. Take the bottom of the bow limb, set it on your right foot. Bring your leg through where your riser can go against your thigh and your knee area. You're pressing it down on your foot so it don't slip off your foot. But you can bend the bow back now, all right? Get a little closer. So now we're gonna bend the bow back and then slip the loop over the end and let it go. Pull your leg back through. It's the same way taking it off. Put it on your foot, like that. Run your leg through. Put a little bit of pressure down on your foot and bend it over your thigh. And you can take it off. Put it on. And then all you want to do is, you can move this from side to side to be sure it's, you know, centered as good as you can get it, right? So there's one end, there's your other end. You're good to go. So now let's talk about your arrows. Here's your arrows, right? And your arrowheads. They just thread in. Very simple. You just thread them in. Hold your arrow tip, spin your arrow into it. So one tip is, if you're having issues, and you will, with these coming loose while you're practicing, take you a little bit of bow wax or chapstick or something like that, put some on those threads, run them up in there, and it kind of helps secure them a little bit better. Oh yeah, and then if you have, see how that fletching is bent? Don't worry about that. You can fix that with a hairdryer. Just take a hairdryer, don't want to get too close, but as you warm it up with a hairdryer, spin it around, these will straighten up. So if you ever get your fletchings bent, just a little bit of heat from a hairdryer, that'll take care of that, no biggie. So now it's just go outside and try to make a fool of yourself. Nah, it's fun, man. Again, it's a skill, right? Definitely a skill that you have to practice to get good at. But it is a fun skill. So here's the one I just put together. If the handle area seems a little too thin for you, if you got large hands like myself, just take some of that camo wrap, or if you don't have that, you can take, like, you know, athletic wrap for like tennis racket handles or baseball bats or whatever, right? Put that on there. You can thicken it up a little bit if need be. So go outside and you do a little shooting. See how good you are. So obviously you put your nock in right there. I put my white fletching out. So if you're shooting right-handed, you put it on this side of the shell, your left side. Hold it with your left hand. If you're left-handed, you're holding with your right hand. So this would be left-handed. You can shoot 3 fingers under, 2 under, 1 over, 2 under, whatever works for you. I'm gonna shoot right-handed. So I'm gonna hold with my left, put the arrow on the left, same as my holding arm. Try to get your arrow level. You don't wanna be shooting it with it too high or shooting with it like this. Some people wanna rest it more on their finger than on the shelf, whatever. I mean, it's at this point, it's completely like figuring out what works for you. I'm still working on that for myself. But yeah, for the most part, you want it level, white fletching facing outwards as to hopefully mitigate for the fletching hitting here and deflecting the arrow too bad, right? And it's instinctive shooting. Some people pull just snap shoot, like they don't stop and aim. There's a hawk over there. That ain't gonna happen, even if I tried. He just flew away. So you pull to and snap, you can pull back and aim. Some people do it at a little bit of an angle. I'm not here to teach you how to shoot this, because I'm still figuring out myself. I can 100% give you a lesson when it comes to a compound bow. This is completely new to me. I didn't graduate from this to a compound bow. I started shooting compound bows years ago. So let's see how bad I do. All right. Low. My left to right was pretty good. And I'm roughly 18 yards, I think, ish, something like that. I'm about 60, almost 60 feet, because my concrete is 60 foot long. So I'm right here close to the end. That time was high. So I'm pulling back and trying to aim, right? Let's see what happens if I just snap shoot it. That was a little better. Maybe that's what I need to do. I got all 6 of my arrows here. I got 2 of these. That one started to fall off right when I let it go. That was high. But I'm hitting the target at least. Not flying them over the target or hitting the concrete, so that's good, but I got 1 arrow left. Ah, that one was money. Yes, that one was in there. Last one worked. So maybe that's what I need to do, is more snap shooting versus trying to aim or whatever. So it's all about practice, having fun with it. All over the map over here. Looks like a bunch of orcs were just slinging arrows. I got one in there almost, in the 12 ring, if you will, but in the vitals. That is the Gearscope survival bow. Yeehaw. I'm gonna get back here and shoot some more. Tons of fun. So that's how you put it together. Obviously, reverse the process to take it apart, and you can put it inside of the bag that it comes with and carry it with you wherever you go on your adventures or whatever. And you might fall in love with archery and really get good at it and actually be able to, you know, do some hunting with it, which would be freaking awesome. I'm hoping I can get to that point. I really want to get to where I can shoot pretty good instinctively. I mean, I even know of guys that shoot compound bows with no sights that do very well. So it's definitely doable. Question is, can I do it or not? Only way to know is to get out here and keep slinging arrows at that thing and keep increasing my distance and see what happens. So as always, I love you guys. Appreciate y'all watching. Be sure to like, comment, follow, hit the bell icon if you're watching on the YouTube, and I'll see you next time with another Vidja. I'm gonna go get my arrows and come back and spend a little bit of time practicing. See y'all on the next Vidja. Yeehaw.